welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working with PicsArt to create an outstanding Good Friday flyer. So here I am in PicsArt. I'll click on the plus sign here, then go down a bit, click on this color backgrounds, click on this white background. Right, so the next thing I want to do is to choose a scale for this. So I'll be using a ratio 3:4. Yeah, right. So I'll go to add photo. So here is the background I created in my Pixellab. So it's just a gradient color of orange and yellow. So I'm just going to spread it and enlarge it so that it will cover this background. Okay, so this is going to form our background. Then next I'll be going to my gallery to get a couple of images I'll be using for this. I brought in these two backgrounds from my gallery. I'll be sharing these in my resources. I'll be sharing these resources in the description with a link. So I'm going to work with this one here first. Spread it to cover this place. Spread it like so. Then I'm going to blend it. To the background. So we try to find the blend mode that will match it. Alright, so I prefer this overlay. So I'm just going to use this overlay blending mode. And after that, you click on this part to remove the highlight on it so that you can select this one. Increase the size of this background. Alright, so I'm going to give this blur it a little bit. You go to effects, go to blur and blur it like so. Then I'm going to blend it. Go to blend and I'll give it a screen blend. Alright, so with that done, I'll go to add another image from my gallery. So I brought in 3 images at the same time to make my work faster and easier. The first one, I'll just move this up and move this up. This is the one I want to work with now, and expand it to fill the workspace. So I'll go to blend this. I'll use multiply. Then I'll make a duplicate of this. Place it well. Then I'll reduce the opacity of this duplicate to 50%. Yeah. So I'll just click on this empty part so that it will remove the highlight on this image. Then I'll click on this image here. So I want to move this a little bit. This image I want to work with now. So let me move this one back up. Then select back this image. Then move it down so that this one can come up. Alright, so I've selected this one, expand it, bring it down. So I'm going to blur it, go to effects, blur it, click on good, then I'm going to blend it. I use screen mode. Then I'll reduce the opacity to 50%. Okay, that's okay. Then next I'm going to work on this image here, the cross. I'll enlarge it. So you pay attention to how I built the background. So for this cross now, I'm going to blend it to this background. I'll give it the best width overlay. Okay, then I'm going to blur it a little bit. So you double tap on this so that I reduce the size of the blur, the quantity of blur. I'll just give it to around 3 or 4. Let's leave it at 4. Right, so I'll click on good here. Then I'm just going to increase this a little bit to cover the edges. So if you notice, you can see sharp edges here. So I'll go in with my eraser to select the eraser, reduce the hardness to 1. You can reduce the size a bit, then clean up this eraser. So it's now erasing because we have selected the right image. We selected the wrong image unknowingly. So now we have erased the edges of that. You tick good. So our background is coming up gradually. So next I'll go to add another image to this from my gallery. Image I brought from my gallery, we've used it before, so we just increase the size. So we're going to blend it with the screen. I'm just going to erase this right part of it with 1% of hardness, just the side. My gallery, I'm bringing another background. Click on plus, add photo, take it to portrait mode, increase the size. Sorry about that. So I'll increase the size of this. So you really have to be careful what you hold. One thing about PicsArt is that you don't have that option of layers for you to lock the layers. I wish they can put that so that you're not moving what you don't want to move. So you really have to be careful when you are using this. I'm going to blend it. Screen blending. Then I am going to reduce the opacity of this because it's distorting our background. I'll reduce it to about 10 or 9. 9 is okay. So with this we are done with the background. So this is another way to obtain a background on your smartphone. You can use PicsArt to blend and blend and blend and get all the backgrounds you want. So right now we have created a good background. Click on good. I don't know why this is not responding, so I'll just wait for it to respond. So I mistakenly pressed that. I'm just going to go back. So right now I'll be bringing in the pictures of the men of God we'll be using for this. So I'll just go to my gallery to get that. I'll go to add photo. Alright, so these are the men of God I'll be using. So I'm going to arrange them all, starting with this one, increase it, bring him down here, or enlarge it further. Right, so I'll place him just at the center. Then I'm going to click on this one here, bring him to this part. Click on this one here, keep him here. Bring this one here. So this one, I'm going to send this to the, move it down like so. And just adjust it to be in the middle. Then I'll bring this one inside. Shift this a bit. So I'm just trying to arrange them properly. So I'll go in with my eraser to brush up some parts here. Then I also erase some parts from here. So don't worry about the down part because we're going to still work on that. So I want to still enlarge this guy here, bring him down a bit. So PicsArt has this guide. It guides you so that you know where you're in the middle and where you're not in the middle, at the center. Right, so I'm going to be editing this man of God. So I'll go to effects. Then I'll go to, sorry, not effects, adjust. So I'll go to contrast, increase it. Go to clarity, increase it. Go to saturation, increase it a little bit. I'll go to highlights, increase the highlights. Then I'll increase the shadow. Let me see what it to look like when I decrease it. So I need to increase it. Then I'll increase the temperature. Alright, so this is what we have here. So I've edited the first man of God. So I'll go ahead to edit the other man of God the same way I edited this one. So you just do it in such a way that they'll look nice for each of them. Alright, so I'll click OK. Go to the middle, the next one. So I want to go to the middle guy, so I'm going to move this guy a bit so that I can select the guy in the middle. Right, so I'll adjust that too. No, I'm not supposed to touch the brightness. Contrast, clarity, saturation, highlights, a little shadow, increase the temperature. So I'll move this man back to his position. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is to go to my gallery to bring in more images. So I brought in 3 more images. PicsArt allows you to bring up to 10 images at a time. So I'm going to use this wood to cover them up. Like so. Then I'm going to just create a kind of an effect on them with these shapes. So I made these shapes in Pixellab. You can do them here, just that I don't really want to go through that now here. So I made them separately. So I'll just move this down to the back of this man of God's head. So before I do what I want to do to this shape, I want to duplicate it and just keep the duplicate here. Let me resize it because right. So I'll select this shape back. I'll go to effects. So I want to make it blurred. Then I'll increase the blurriness to the highest, to 100. Click OK. So I'm going to blend this. I want to make it shine at the back of his head. So you check for the one that will be better off. So I think this add is okay. So I'll just enlarge it. Let me see, overlay. Right, I'll just go with this overlay. Then I'll bring this pink circle here, increase it a bit, then move it down to the back. Keep pressing, move down until you get it to where you want it to be. Increase it a bit. Alright, so I'll just leave that like that. Then select this one and make a duplicate, a copy of it, and place it here. I'll use it later. So I'll increase this. I want to place it here. Move it down. Okay, so that's where I want it to be. So the other circle behind, I want to reposition it in the middle. Okay, so this yellow circle here, I'll select it. So I want it to be behind this middle, behind the man of God here. Okay, so I will go to effects, blur it, tap on it again, tap on this blur again, so that it will bring out these settings for you. You blur it to 100%. Click OK. So that yellow is at the back of this man. Then I'll go to blend, and I'll use screen blending mode. So I'll just increase this a bit. just to give it that shiny effect there. Let me check the other blend modes. It seems lighting is okay, but let me see screen again. Let's go with screen. Alright, so this is what we have so far. So the next thing I'll do is to copy this. So be careful what you're selecting. I'll make a copy of this shiny yellow here. So this is the copy I made. So I'll just move it up, and I'll change the blend mode to screen. Then I'm just going to use it to, I'm just going to use it to place it on their faces. So I'll reduce the opacity. So I'll go to my gallery and bring in the circle, yellow circle again. So I'll click on add photo, but it's telling me that I've reached the limit for adding stuff. So that's one thing about PicsArt. You can only add 10 images at a time, or text. They have limits. So what we can do to add more is just to click on this good here. Once you click on that good, just know you can't edit anything more on what you have done, unlike Pixellab where you can always edit your work. So we'll beg the developer of this work to work more on it. So having done this, I can now add more images. So I'll go to add photo to add more. So I brought in these 2 images at once. So I'm just going to move this somewhere here. Then I'm going to work on this yellow for what I want to do. I'll go to effects, go to blur, click on it again, blur to the 100%, click on good, increase it a bit, go to blend, use screen blending mode. So I just want to cover their faces a bit, make their faces, not really covering their faces, make their faces to glow. So I'll just place it lightly there. Then I'll make a copy of this, place it here too. So reduce the opacity. So I'll also make a copy, but for this one I'll increase the opacity. Another copy, place it here like so. Okay, so that done, I'll click on this lamp here, increase it a bit, rotate it a little bit, place it by the side, make a copy of it, rotate it to this side, and I'll just increase it. So we're going to make this to glow further. So pay attention at this point. So how we can do that is, let me make a copy of this yellow circle. So I'll make a copy of that. So I'll just place it on these lamps here, but I'm going to change the blending mode because I want the lamp to shine. I'm going to change it to add, to make it glow. So you see that glowing effect. This was the lamp ordinarily, and this is the lamp with this glowing effect. The lamp before and the lamp after. So I'll make a copy of this and place it on this lamp too. So you just resize it. And place it here to glow too. So that's how to achieve the glowing effect. So I'll still make a copy of this, the lighter one, no, not the one I placed on the lamp. So I want to use it to cover the bottom of this wood. So I'll go to my gallery to bring in the yellow circle again to continue my work. Alright, so from my gallery I brought in 2 images to make our work faster. I'm just going to go and blur this, not blend, blur on effects, blur it just like it did before. Then I'll go to blend screen, and I'm going to bring it down here, and I'll reduce the opacity a bit. Then I'll just duplicate it and cover this place too. Okay, so that's it. Then I'll bring down this one, go to blend mode, screen, reduce the size, place it here. Then I'll use my eraser to erase the sharp edges, So this is it. So we're almost done. We are just going to add the text to this. So we're going to go to add, go to text. So I'm just going to write, this flyer is for Good Friday. So you can either use the fonts here or you put your own font. So but I used the font here. So I'm using this Candice for Good Friday. You can change the color to white. So then I also gave it a shadow. From here you can adjust the shadow, but this looks okay. Then I used blend mode, multiply. But let me show you what the others look like. So I'm using multiply to get this effect. So I want this to pop up, so I'll just give it a stroke. Alright, so this was how I achieved this. So I'll go to add another text. Service, Good Friday service. Reduce the size, place it down here. Then I'm going to change the font. And the color. Then I'll give it a shadow. So this is okay. So next I'll add other texts. So I'm just going to write the name of the church, Graceland International. So I'll change the font to something more serious. So I used archival black, reduce it. Then let me make inputting the text. I'm sure you know how to do that. So next thing I did was just to give this an overall touch. So I went to my tools, go to adjust, so I can just increase the contrast, increase the clarity, saturation a little bit, then the highlights. The shadow, the temperature. So guys, this was how I achieved this flyer. Thank you so much for watching. So you can save your work. You can either download it or you go through this process to save it.